And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we're going to be having a look at a poll. Now I know, before you start screaming at me on the comments, polls aren't to be trusted and are pretty much fabricated. But it is an interesting one, this one. It's a YouGov poll, obviously, run by the government, so you can imagine the sort of bias. But what they've done is they've asked 5,500 people, supposedly across the board, if we didn't have Boris leading us through the lurgy pandemic, who would we rather have out of all of our prime ministers? And can you guess who the public have chosen? Now let's not forget, this is supposed to be Conservatives, Tories and all the other parties that are brought into these polls, so it is sort of a plurality, isn't it, of Britons? And yet it turns out that 29% of the people asked wanted, are we ready for this, Margaret Thatcher. Yep, you heard that right, Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady herself. Now I know a lot of people have got issues with Margaret Thatcher, but like her or love her, she's exactly what we need now, isn't it? An MP with a backbone, an MP with man minerals. That lady had more man minerals than all of the MPs on all sides of the house combined, in my honest opinion, and it's exactly what we need. But we're not going to get it. Next up was Tony Blair. So there were some die-hard Labourites in there, but 14%. So it's less than half of what Thatcher got. Gordon Brown 10%, Boris Johnson 9%. That's how loved this man is. That's how agreeable his policy changes have all been. You know, the things that weren't on his manifesto that he's doing anyway, that's going to cost us trillions and trillions. You know, that sort of stuff? Well, it turns out that the people don't seem to like him anymore and would rather have gone back to Thatcher's days. Absolutely ridiculous, and a firm indication that Boris isn't doing things that the nation wants, isn't it? 9% of the people asked said that he was doing an okay job. Absolutely ridiculous.
My opinion is, I think I agree with everyone with Thatcher. I think she's probably the one that would probably get it done.
I do as well. I think Thatcher
she was one that got the job done. Whatever she said, she got it done. But personally, I don't think there's an MP, Prime Minister, fit enough to run through a pandemic. I don't think any of them
would have done. Yeah, well, I'm not saying that they would have been able to just sail through it like it was nothing, but better job than what is being done now was the question. The question was, regardless of how you view them, otherwise, if you had to choose one British Prime Minister from the last 40 years to have handled the lurgy outbreak, who would it have been? So it's just for that reason. Well, Tony Blair didn't listen to a word the people wanted, and did what he wanted. Gordon Brown bankrupted us.
Yeah.
And Boris Johnson is running around just screaming slogans at everyone.
Tony Blair would not be in my top 3.
Tony Blair wouldn't even be on my top. I wonder how many we've actually had.
The top list of anything.
Yeah, if just as an example, if there was 20 prime ministers in our history, he'd probably be about 49th in the list.
Yeah.
And Gordon Brown would be well below him as well.
In the last 40 years, it is a toughie, that.
But it is fun facts. I would like to know your opinion. Now, obviously, Margaret Thatcher, Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, Boris Johnson is because the people they've asked are in that age bracket where the very latest they're going to remember is Thatcher. But I'm opening it to every single Prime Minister we've ever had. Can you think of any better than Thatcher to handle the lurgy? Do you think we would have been in this situation we're in now if Thatcher had been in place? I'd like to know your opinion on this one, everyone. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please share it out. YouTube are shadow banning me again, so all of my numbers are dropping, so I do need you to share it out to all your platforms so that people can see that there's new content out. I would massively appreciate it. Don't forget to check out my website as well. Massively proud of that. Lots of good designs in the merch store. I'm sure you will agree. A one-stop shop for everything rotten. Love to see you there. Stay sane. See you on the next one.